Day two, we're going to go over chain and chain breaks and connecting two chains together. So we got a little demonstration set up for that. All the students are going to actually break a link, put a master link in, and connect two chains together. We're also going to talk about making a test chain. And this is what the one looks like off of my truck. It's just a 10-foot, maybe about a 7-foot piece of 41. And what we do is we can use that to wrap around our idler wheels and our gears. And it's got a chain bolt on the bottom. Oh, hey, apparently this flips around. It's got a chain bolt on the bottom that I've welded a couple of washers to. So it sits up against the chain bracket flat, and this helps me get my chain level this direction and square and that direction. As you can see, we were hooking up the Allomatics SL. These are SL90 DC FPs, so DC motor with a foot pedal. We were hooking up the photo eyes and aligning them with their new brackets that they have, which, to be honest with you, when I first saw it, I was not excited about it, but it's actually not that bad for an install. It's just 6 screws, and they're small, and that's it. But it has a laser sight, a visible laser that helps with alignment, and how many ever screws they are, the laser alignment guide takes away as far as the amount of time that's saved. So you could put 10 more screws on it and it'd still be pretty damn efficient. Smart of them to actually put whatever this is. I think it's like an 8-foot, 6, 7, 8-foot wire on there. More manufacturers should do that. And we were aligning them. We hooked the SL90s in primary, secondary. There's a configuration that I need to figure out for the photo eyes in that scenario. But with the new photo eyes, I haven't hooked those up, so we'll have to figure out the wiring part of that. But we went through we went through the majority of these. Some of these really wasn't a priority, but we went through the settings, the timer settings, the radio settings, the open, stop, close setting, the primary, secondary settings, the open to the left, right settings, and so on. And we went through all of those. So I think the SL90 is going to be making a wrap for today. We'll probably do a couple more receivers. We program those multi-code receivers, which is great for a beginner's class, is that way you can understand a little bit about diagnosis, which we had to do on one of these. One of the dual inline pin switches were not set properly, so Dale from Mr. Fence was like, all right, well, let's set them all off, set the receiver all off, set the remote all off, and we were able to get it to work. So there was just one of those switches was not in the correct position. We'll be working on this bad boy today. SL. It's not a slider. This is Patriot 1 AC. So we're going to dismantle the edges of photo eyes, reconnect those, set the settings on the board, which can be a little bit complicated because they've put a lot of the dual inline pin switches on different spots of the board as opposed to putting them all in one space. I'm sure that was an engineering decision based on using the same format that they've been using for 20 years, which is fine with me because that means this board goes into old control boxes and old boards go into new control boxes and so on. So we'll get in there. We'll probably have a low battery, so we'll show how to charge, how to look on the solar controller or the charge controller for that stuff. And we've got this RAM set up over here. We'll probably hook up a receiver that we've got down there by a manufacturer, and we will connect it over here. And then we open and close the gate. We've got 2 edges for our safety devices. So we've got a lot of kinks to work out, but a lot of kinks. I would say we're probably about 20 to 30% of where we want to be with the quick start classes, but they are efficient and they are educational. So that's good. That's the key thing. People are walking away with more confidence than they had when they walked in, as well as more information that they had when they walked in. And that information consists of taking home a freaking manufacturer's manual, which is nice. And we go through here and review the important stuff as far as I'm concerned: actuator arm, mounting and angle, photo eyes, edges, and then making sure that your solar panel is, or if you have a solar panel, making sure that that's installed properly. And I would still argue that people are not testing solar panels correctly. It's just my opinion. Thank you to everybody that helped us out. All these guys right here: Southwest Automated Security, Automatic, ASO Safety Edges, U.S. Automatic Gate Operators, EMX Photo Eyes, Roslair Security Products, AES Global, their telephone entry, Roslair Access Control Panel, Ramset Gate Operator, and Optex loop replacement, their loopless system. So they're going to walk away with information, promotional material, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Fence, how are you? They're going to walk away with information. It looks like this is what this was used for, so they can actually take notes and understanding some basic stuff. Basic quick start class, basic stuff about power, basic stuff about what gate operator you need to, what multimeter you need to get, a little bit about electronics and understanding that Ohm's law is not important in this class, an intermediate class, and it might be fair to say it's not important in an expert class. For gate operators, that is. If you're an electrical engineer, that's a whole different story. This is core fundamental. And then today we're going to review site layout, operator positioning, chain positioning, key takeaways from that, tips and tricks. Then we're going to work on the Patriot, and then we're going to talk about loops. We already went over the truck yesterday, and I put the checklist in there. And this is actually probably should be under job site layout. And then we're going to talk about more job site layout, more promotional stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that they'll walk away with. This is in addition to other promotional material or other materials that they actually get, as well as the notes that they make. So people starting to show up. So let's get this thing popping.